All right, hey, happy December, everyone. I am in Miami. Woo! And this has been a really fast month. I swear to you that I woke up yesterday, or I landed yesterday from my travels from the Canary Islands through Lisbon and then here to Florida, and I was like, there's no way it is almost the first of the month again. I have to do an update and I have to do another income report. And honestly, I didn't want to do it this month because not only I haven't really worked that much, I haven't logged into any of my accounts. So I actually have no idea how much I've made for this month, and it could be very embarrassing. But I've committed to doing these monthly reports, and I know it's not just about the income; it's also about setting goals, and about the travel and what we're trying to get out of life. So I guess I can start with that. So my goal for last month was really just to calm myself down, start getting back into better shape so I can prepare myself for the Tony Robbins conference, which is the reason why I'm here in Miami. It's actually going to be in West Palm Beach, about a few hours away. And it's been a 3-day journey. So from Wednesday, I flew from the Canary Islands to Lisbon for one night and then a 9-hour flight here. And I just got here last night. So it's kind of the perfect timing because I have a day free where I'm going to head over to a Starbucks or something and sit down, do all my accounting for the month to see how much I actually made for this month. I'm very, very fortunate, if I make anything, and hopefully, because you never know. Like with online business or any kind of business, you never know if a stream of income can completely dry up. But I've been very, very fortunate where not only have I built multiple streams, so even if one dries up, it never affects more than 10 or 20% of my entire income. And in general, I actually have usually 15 to 20 different streams coming in. I'm trying to build all of them up more and more. So if you've been following the journey, in 2013 and 2015, 95% of my income came from drop shipping. And then last year in 2016, I focused just on building up my affiliate income because I wanted to create my course Income Boss. And now I have money coming from that course, from the affiliate income I still get from building up all my different blogs and email lists, and actually still make some money from dropshipping because I helped start a bunch of stores from friends, as well as the money that I've made from investing, the money that I made from not only running my dropshipping stores, but mainly when I sold it and I had $120,000 in just cash, I bought a bunch of index funds and real estate loans, online real estate, where that's paying me dividends and interest, every single month or every single quarter. So it's been kind of a big whirlwind, and it's kind of nice to bring it all back here to a place in the US where, I was making well, I guess when I started, I was making $4.25 an hour working in an ice cream store. And then I worked at Best Buy for, I can't remember what that was now. It was whatever minimum wage was at the time. I think it was maybe $9 an hour. And when I got my first corporate job after I graduated college, I was making $47,000 or $48,000 a year. And I was like, this is amazing. I love this. I'm set. But I'm really, really happy that, I went from that to being able to travel and be able to make, twice or three times that amount from my laptop, working from places like Starbucks or a co-working space or from the airport lounge. So let's actually see what happened this month, because I honestly have no idea. So let's switch to my screenshot, screen flow, and I can log into my dashboards. All right, here's the updated income report for the month. So starting in, Miami and working my way back, I was in Lisbon and Canaria, which is part of the Canary Islands. And I spent just one day in Lisbon, but I was there for a few months before that, and it was really, really awesome there. So if you haven't been there, make sure you watch this video. It was probably my favorite video I've ever made in terms of just traveling and showing you what a cool place looks like. Also want to say hello and what's up to everyone who came out to my going away dinner in Las Palmas. Made a ton of great friends living there. Here's just a handful of the digital nomads and the people who either work online or maybe they teach, and they are all living in Las Palmas in Gran Canaria as expats or nomads. So it's really, really cool to make friends from all around the world. And actually some of them I actually met in Hawaii, these two, and then in Chiang Mai. So it's awesome seeing everyone. And here we are. We have my travel and living expenses for the year. So I'm not sure why that link is here. I gotta fix that. But it's pretty average, I would say, living in Las Palmas in terms of costs. It's Europe, so it's definitely not as cheap as Southeast Asia, but it's not as expensive. I mean, it's not as expensive as Southeast Asia, but it's not as expensive as places like Barcelona or Germany or a lot of the other European countries. So I would say it's very reasonable. So I spent about $750 on my Airbnb, which you can find as well, whether you share it, you get a bigger place with two people and you each pay $750, or you can get a smaller place on your own. Co-working spaces range from about $125 to about $200, but they're fair because they're actually good working spaces, and with good internet and everything. Food and drinks, it depends on how often you eat out, because as you saw in my guide to Las Palmas or Gran Canaria, it's not that cheap to eat out. You'll probably spend on average $10 to $20 every time you go out to eat. So it's almost like, it's very similar to eating out in the US. So you're not going to get $5 meals unless you're just having a taco or a sandwich or something. So most people end up actually eating at home, and it's a good place to eat at home. So aside from that, I spent $325 flying from Las Palmas to Miami, which is a really, really good deal. So I flew economy, and it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I'm really glad I saved a couple $1,000s and not flying business class. But flying from San Francisco back to Chiang Mai, I'm definitely flying business class because it's a much longer flight and it's a different time zone. So that's actually kind of a big hint or hack for you guys, is if you guys are flying overnight where you want to sleep, get business class so you can have a lay flat bed. If you're flying during the day and you just want to sit up and watch movies, and then you can just fly coach and save some cash. Another big hack is if you use a priority pass, which you can get as part of some credit cards in the US, you can get access to the VIP lounges or the business class lounges. So shout out to David Vu actually for giving me a card for my birthday, or gift just in general, I guess. So I got to eat some free food while waiting for my flight. So here we go with the passive income. This is what everyone's excited about. This month, I made $12,379, a slight decrease from last month, but pretty steady at the same time. So I'm really excited about that. And what's really cool is I filmed recorded my favorite episode of the podcast, episode 181 of Travel Like a Boss. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you listen to that. That is the coolest thing. She told us her story about how she went from $70,000 in debt to figure out how to make money online, starting with skinning iPhone games. So if you ever seen random games on iOS, one of those might have been made by her. And nowadays, she has 2 dropshipping stores. She actually just sold one. I think that's the update. We didn't talk about it on the show because she was still selling it. She sold a small store for about $6,000, and she's keeping her big store that is making now over $100,000 a month in sales, which is over 10 grand a month in profit, which is so big. Congrats to her. For me, I sold my last store last month, but we're getting ready to sell another one of my partner stores coming up soon. So keep an eye out for that. But here are some of my actual dashboards so you can see what I'm making money from currently. I have my Udemy courses where I made $445 this month. I have my YouTube channel where I get ads on there. I made $258 this month. And then I have a bunch of other things that aren't listed here that you can kind of, you can see here, including book sales on Kindle, PDF sales, even print sales on places like Lulu, my Udemy courses, dropshipping. Making money through investments, which I'll talk about, the YouTube ads, affiliate commissions from my blog, which you can learn about in my course, incomeboss.com, promoting different seminars, phone coaching, and sponsors for the podcast. So there's a bunch of different ways I make money online, and I share all that with you, throughout my income reports. But here are just a couple of examples. This is one of my latest investments. It's with Yield Street. And it's really cool because every month they're paying me back on my investment. I put in $20K, and every month they're paying me back a part of the principal, which is part of the $20K, as well as some interest. So I'm slowly getting it back, and I'm getting 13%, which is amazing, which is 12.99% higher than a bank would give. So I'm really happy with that. Also, from Vanguard, my index funds, I technically made $4,759 this month from market gains. This is another
good month. But I don't include this number in my total profit because this goes up and down. You can see some months it's red, it goes down, and we're in a bull market, so everything's going up. So all I include is the actual dividends that are paid out, which is $41. So this number here is actually much higher. It's about $5,000 higher. So technically, on paper, I made $17,000 this month, which is really good. But I'm not going to count that until I actually sell the stock, which I'm not doing this month. So if you guys haven't started investing in some type of passive income, generating investments, you need to do this. This is what I wrote about in my last blog post, or a couple of blog posts ago, called Passive Income 4.0, which is talking about how you make money through having your money work for you. This isn't a new concept. Robert Kiyosaki talked about this in Rich Dad Poor Dad, but a lot of people, especially digital nomads, don't seem to get it because we're too busy traveling and living cheaply. I promise you, even with your first $30,000 that you can save up and have that money work for you, you're going to be so much happier that you did it. If you want to know how I did it, read my book, Life Changes Quick, if you haven't already. And if you have money to invest, please read Tony Robbins' new book, Unshakable, which is an update to Money Master the Game, but it's really, really good. It's easier to read. It's shorter. So definitely check out that book. And if you haven't read any of my books yet, check them out. They're on Amazon. You can find them also in PDF form. Life Changes Quick. Here's one of the top reviews. And big shout out to Ken Lil for his review of 12 Weeks in Thailand that just came out a few weeks ago. So big thank you for everyone who's liked the books, bought the books, and read the books. I hope you got a lot out of them. And that is it. So I am now in Miami. I'm getting ready to go to Tony Robbins' conference. And if you haven't seen that video of that long journey from the Canary Islands, which is off the coast of Africa, up to Portugal, and then across the Atlantic Ocean to Miami, and the upcoming journey from Miami up to West Palm Beach, keep following my journey, my Facebook, my email list, or my YouTube channel, and I will give you some updates there.
All right, so that was the update. I hope you guys learned something from it. As far as goals wise, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but one of my big goals was not to have any alcohol for the entire month, and I can't believe how fast a month passed, but I have not had a drop of alcohol. Besides a chocolate that I forgot had alcohol in it, but that was completely by accident. But I passed on so much free alcohol and cheap alcohol because in Spain you have free wine or beer whenever you buy a tapa, especially on like the tapas nights. So for €2, €2.50, you get a free beer and wine. And I just kept passing on it. And I was like, oh, can I get a water instead? And sometimes they would charge me extra to get water when I could have got a free drink. And then obviously I had my going away dinner and everyone was trying to buy me drinks and wine and all that stuff. But I'm glad I did it. I feel healthier. I feel better. I've been swimming, so I'm not like, I don't know if you can see, but I'm not in like incredible shape yet. I haven't even weighed myself because I don't have a measure, but I feel like that was a good foundation, and now I can get back on track. I can, start working out and eating kind of normally again. So that is it. So that's the goal. Next goal, same thing. It's the foundation is built. My goal is not going to be money this month at all in December. It's going to be staying in shape, not drinking, and then really getting the most out of Date with Destiny Tony Robbins conference. So keep an eye out on my blog and my podcast. JohnnyFD.com is my blog, and TravelLikeABossPodcast.com is the podcast for updates on all of that. And I will see you in the next update. Bye. Enjoy, by the way. It's beautiful here.